everyone, and welcome to a Thrill Seekers theme park chat. My name is Chris. So today we got the D23 Parks and Resorts Conference, and they revealed a ton of really interesting and really exciting information. There's a lot going on at the Disney parks all over the world, and I'm going to do a separate video that talks about all the exciting new changes. However, I wanted to make a completely separate video to talk about something that is a tough subject for me. And that, of course, is one of the announcements at D23, which was they're building a brand new attraction at Disney's Hollywood Studios. That's not surprising. Hollywood Studios is a park that has needed new attractions for a while. It already doesn't have that many. So new rides and new attractions to go with this kind of theme of walking into the movies sounds great. And I'm sure it will be. But what is tough to swallow is the fact that they're building a brand new attraction based on Mickey Mouse. Now that's cool. I mean, Mickey is the mascot. He's the star of Disney. He is what made Disney as an empire exist. And of course, it makes sense for him to have an attraction. But his attraction is replacing the Great Movie Ride at Disney's Hollywood Studios. That really hurts quite a bit. As you can see from my shirt, I actually worked at the Great Movie Ride. I was a cast member there from 2011 to 2015. And my story with the Great Movie Ride goes even farther back. Ever since I was a kid, I always loved coming to Disney parks. I mean, growing up in Orlando, we used to come all the time. Even when I was younger, my parents always told me that, you know what, someday, at some point in your life, you're going to be a Disney cast member. And they always figured that I would be one of two places, because I'm one of those kids who, I always loved to talk. I talked all the time. I rambled about who knows what. I still do to an extent, but I think I've, gotten a little bit better at how I articulate myself. But they always said that I would be perfect to work at one of two different attractions at Walt Disney World, to be a Jungle Cruise skipper or a Great Movie Ride tour guide. And I apologize in advance if I tear up a little bit, because this is a really difficult subject. So, working at Great Movie Ride was a childhood dream of mine. And in 2011, I transferred to Hollywood Studios to open Star Tours: The Adventures Continue. And that was an incredible experience. Being a part of an opening team was absolutely amazing. And I wanted to come to Hollywood Studios for two reasons. It was great to be able to open the Star Tours update, but I also wanted to work Great Movie Ride, and Great Movie Ride was in the same area. So I was really, really excited to finally get to achieve a childhood dream of mine and work at the Great Movie Ride. And I did. I worked there from 2011 to 2016. Actually, technically 2017. I did work, I think, a couple shifts this year. So I only recently stopped being able to work there. It was a dream come true. I mean, it was awesome to be able to give tours into the movies and to, be able to really not only showcase your enjoyment of the attraction itself, but I got to do some acting. I got to interact with the guests who were riding on the attraction. And then, of course, when I learned other aspects of the Great Movie Ride, I got to do even more interaction. Honestly, some of the best experiences that I've had during my Disney career were working at the Great Movie Ride. I'm sorry, I'm tearing up again. So, of course, because Great Movie Ride has been, an attraction that opened with Hollywood Studios back when it was MGM in 1989, there's been rumors going around for years the Great Movie Ride was going to close, it was going to be replaced by something else. And, a lot of those never came to be. And, especially with the removal of the Sorcerer's Hat, Movie Ride became more popular than it had been in years. I mean, the fact that you can actually see it was a big deal. And so, our attendance went up, especially after the Turner Classic Movies update, where they brought in some new stuff. People seem to be interested in Movie Ride again. They seem to be excited to ride it again. But, as it is with everything, all good things do have to come to an end. And I mean, I've worked at attractions that have closed before. I actually was there for the final show of the American Idol experience, and I wasn't working at the time, but I was there for it, and it was really sad. But that was a show that was made mostly by the cast, and I feel the same way about Great Movie Ride. But there's something special about that attraction that really makes a difference. We have a saying when you work at the Great Movie Ride: once a movie rider, always a movie rider, and that will always remain true. It doesn't matter what happens to that attraction. It doesn't matter what goes in there. Always at heart, I will be a Great Movie Ride tour guide, and I will always remember the amazing times that I had working there. It was an absolutely incredible experience, and to just think about the fact that this attraction in less than 2 months, next month, is closing forever is devastating. We've been hearing rumors for months that something was going to come in to replace Movie Ride, and I never really, I always tried to dismiss it. I always tried to think, well, no, I mean, they can't do that. I mean, it's an icon. It's the attraction that the park was built around. It was supposed to go at Epcot as an attraction called Great Moments in the Movies, and they ended up deciding to expand it into its own park. So the whole park wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Great Movie Ride. So it's really sad, in case you can't tell by tears streaming down my face, that this is closing. That attraction means so much to me, and it's going to be really hard to say goodbye forever. I do think nostalgia and, why I care about that attraction so much aside, I really do think this Mickey attraction is going to be great. They talked a lot about the technology involved. It's going to be 2.5D. It's going to feel like you're inside a Mickey cartoon. Now, it's apparently using the current cartoon art style, which I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, it's still cool that Mickey is finally getting his own attraction. And, I mean, I do admit the backdrop of the Chinese theater, which should be staying, by the way, which is good. We'll be able to walk into the Chinese theater and watch a Mickey cartoon and then feel like you're actually entering a Mickey cartoon. That sounds great. And I'm sure it will be great. But it won't be the same as, taking a spectacular journey into the movies, or the ultimate celebration of classic movies, as it was known back in 2015 to 2017. So I just wanted to share my story, just because you're going to see a lot of, especially cast members, who are going to be very upset about this, because that attraction means so much to us. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of you are really excited about the new Mickey attraction. I think it's going to be great, like I've said, but it's not going to be the same. It's going to be rough thinking about, especially when I eventually ride that attraction, walking through there and realize I used to work here. I used to do the pre-show spiel over there. I used to step onto my vehicle and welcome our guests aboard. That's where I used to get into a shootout with gangsters. That's where I used to run into the burning bank. There are so many iconic moments in that attraction, and honestly, I don't think there will ever be an attraction like Great Movie Ride to ever exist again. And that's really sad. It's an experience that has amazed and astounded so many people, and to think that in a few short weeks it's gone forever is just devastating. So I'm sorry if I was difficult to understand, but I mean, as you could tell, I'm very emotionally invested in this. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who helped make the Great Movie Ride the place that it was. Thank you to all the Imagineers who helped build it, the people who helped, bring it what it was. Thank you to the opening team who really brought that attraction to life for the first few years. Thank you to the team who trained me when I first got there in 2011, and to all the cast that I have had the honor and privilege to work with. There's so many people and so many amazing people who I wouldn't have met if it wasn't for the Great Movie Ride. So I'm going to end this video with this. Once a movie rider, always a movie rider. And no matter what happens in the future, I will always remember that, and I will always be a part of the Slow Moving Tram fam. So if you, like me, enjoyed the Great Movie Ride, even if you enjoyed it just a little, not nearly as much as I can't think of that many people who would actually burst into tears over a theme park attraction, but that's how much this thing means to me. You have until August 13th to ride it. So please do yourself a favor. If you are going to Hollywood Studios, please take the time to experience Great Movie Ride, whether it's for your first time or your last. Make sure you have the time to experience and enjoy this amazing attraction, because it's not going to be around much longer. So thank you for watching this video. Again, I'm very sorry that I have been very, emotionally vested in it, but I mean, this, like I said, it means so much to me. And it's really going to be rough to say goodbye for the last time. I know I wasn't planning on originally, but I'm going to be probably spending a lot more time in Hollywood Studios than I originally expected, because I have to get as many rides on Great Movie Ride as I can in. And of course, I will be providing lots of content on the Thrill Seekers YouTube channel, as well as the Park Hoppers website, about Great Movie Ride, whether it's the history, personal stories, all kinds of stuff. But I feel this attraction closing is something that needs to be respected and honored. So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that the memory of this attraction always remains true. Similar to something like Horizons, which has kind of become a cult followed attraction, even though it's been closed for years. I hope the same thing comes of Great Movie Ride, because it really deserves it. It deserves to be held in the upper echelon of Disney attractions, because it really is. And soon, won't be anymore. One of the best attractions Disney has ever built. So, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to look for all kinds of new content. I am going to be making a less tearful video about all the exciting new stuff coming to D23. So look for all of that soon. So thank you, and I'll see you at the movies. The stuff dreams are made of. Bye, everyone.